world, it's your girl
E and Neesh.
With checking in with Too Much TV
in too little time.
What's going on? We got a lot to talk about this week.
We
was crazy with a bunch of episodes leading up to season finales. So we're gonna hop into it. Sunday, Secrets and Lies. We just talked about last week how we were like, we were kind of like,
and it turned up, Erica.
Turned all the way up.
Turned up.
So first off, we both concluded Tom knew his killer. I think it's Jess, the mother. What do you think?
Well, it makes sense that Jess could be the mom. I mean, if you're thinking, mind you, I watch Criminal Minds, and if you're thinking as a behavior analysis unit, FBI agent, that killer was a woman. And I say that because in the first episode, I believe the young boy was found covered in like a blanket or something.
He had a coat on. Okay,
he had a coat on. And we usually see that behavior in women who wants to make sure that that child, that person that was killed, is still taken care of or nurtured during their passing. So, I'm thinking it's a woman.
I think it's the mom.
You may be right. You may be onto something.
I know you're like, how could a woman or mother kill their own child? But she's a little off with me. And I think she was on some, really, really liked Ben Crawford. And I don't quite know how she would have calculated the killing of her son, being able to get him back. Because I know it did break up his family and his marriage with just the whole affair and everything. But it's just something's off about her to me. And Ben is too obvious at this point.
And they really haven't dabbled into her story.
Yeah, that's another reason why.
It's some issues with her and her sister that we've not talked about.
It's a lot of things they haven't talked to about.
Issues with her and her husband, that we haven't seen. So that's interesting.
Yeah, but the lawyer definitely was spot on this week because he was trying to explain to Ben about how if this goes to court, how they can possibly spin it. And he's, kind of speculating maybe we could spin it towards Ben's wife, which actually makes sense because the lawyer is saying, your wife had motive.
She did.
She, this was the woman who had an affair with her husband, had a child with. And apparently the wife is loaded. Got some money in the mouth.
They found a whole stack of money,
hundreds of thousands of dollars in her attic that Ben.
And where did she get this money from?
And also,
her brother is a little suspicious to me.
But her brother was supposedly the one who paid for the lawyer, and the reason that Ben never got a lawyer from the beginning, he's the best, and his retainer was $25,000 alone, not talking about the hours that were going to be billed. Right. So Ben was like, I don't have it. But the lawyer received a mysterious check, who later found out was from the brother, or so Ben thought. And then the lawyer talked to Ben and was like, "No, this came from your wife." So, it's getting a little interesting.
What she didn't kill that baby?
The wife?
Yeah. That's taking Psycho to a whole new level. Okay.
Woman scorned.
Oh my goodness.
Woman scorned. So I can't wait for Sunday to watch the next episode. Wow. I think this one more episode and then the season finale. Leave your comments. Who do you think killed Tom Murphy? My vote is Jess. You got a vote?
Someone.
Some woman.
We may haven't seen her yet.
That's true too. It's going to be a spin. I definitely think they're going to spin it. It's going to be something that really throws us off. So, I'm looking forward to next week. Real Housewives of Atlanta, that was the last episode for the reunion. First off, why do they have a 3-part reunion?
It can't get you in the last one. It can't get you. Well, we have a lot to talk about.
We do.
In the reunion. So, I think the attention is really going to focus on Phaedra. I'm excited because I did see a little bit of sneak previews from the reunion, and I'm really excited that the girls are addressing Nene. Like I told y'all before, I think Nene is psycho, and she needs some help and counseling. And I really believe, I heard that she has a real life breakthrough on the reunion.
I was going to say, but it seems like it's a lot of deep-rooted things that she's been suppressing all her life, it seems like.
Which makes a lot of sense to her behavior that we've seen go over the years. So
this should be interesting. But this last episode, you know, they always kind of just do a conclusion of everyone's story. So it wasn't too eventful.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, we haven't seen Mama Joyce in a while, especially since Todd's mom died. But honey, they Candy and Todd and Riley went over Mama Joyce's new house that Candy bought for her. For dinner, and I don't know if it's anybody else, but I hold my breath when Mama Joyce talk. Like you just never know what's gonna come out her mouth.
Do you think Mama Joyce's apologies was genuine?
No,
me neither.
They weren't, and I mean, Mama Joyce, she's sweet and everything, but maybe you need to go to counseling, girl, because it's just I can't understand why she's that mean towards Todd. I mean, any of Candy's fiancés at this point,
well. Kudos to Todd for even putting up with Mama Joyce.
He has stood his ground.
And his mindset on handling her is excellent. Like he just goes with the flow. Job. So
kudos to you, Todd. We'll be tuning in on Sunday for part 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Should be some juiciness. So we'll be tuned in. Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is actually pretty funny to me. Really? What happened?
It was funny because this is the first time Chris had a birthday party in Vegas. So the question, do you think a 50, 60-year-old woman should be partying in Vegas?
Hosting her birthday party at a club in Vegas. I'm going to say no, but Kris Jenner is not your average 50-year-old woman.
But Kris Jenner looked good. She looked great at her birthday party. She brought her new boo with her.
Yeah. What does he do again?
Well, he's related. He has some connection to Justin Bieber.
Oh, so he's in the music industry.
He's like, I'm not going to say manager, but he does something. From what I hear, he's with Justin Bieber some way, somehow.
Okay.
But he's an attractive guy, and Kris Jenner snagged her a young one, like we all thought. A young black one, like we all thought. But Scott was really excited about having this party for Chris. Part of the reason is because Scott was going to get himself a cut. But Scott got really drunk. We all know Scott suffers from an alcohol issue. He got really, really, really drunk. Started popping bottles in the club. And of course it spilled all over Chris.
Wow.
So being the concerned parent that Chris is, she was worried for her son-in-law. But it was so funny. It was fun and games. I enjoyed seeing Chris turn up.
Was Bruce there? Well, no, who was there? It was just Scott and Chris?
It was, and Chris's boyfriend.
Oh, that's right.
And Malika. And some of Chris' friends came too. They had a nice little section. The club, they went to One Oak, which is in Vegas. You all heard of One Oak. But the club really turned out for Chris. They had posters of the family, this amazing birthday cake. And it was really good.
Interesting. Get your party on Chris. Right. So Monday, Teen Mom. I just am never disappointed with Teen Mom at all. I think the highlight for me was Macy telling Ryan's parents that she was pregnant. And I just really, really, really love Ryan's parents.
Do you think Ryan loves parents of Macy's more than they love Ryan?
I think they definitely love Macy more than they love their own son, Ryan. But they're just so welcoming to her and just was really nice. And, that can kind of be a difficult situation sometimes. But they're just so open and welcome, and their reaction was priceless. Her father was just so happy, and they told the mom, and
Macy says that they are like her second parents.
Yeah, their support for her is.
But we really don't get to see a lot of Macy parents in the show, so
I don't think we've seen Macy's parents since she was on 16 and Pregnant.
Wow.
Like ever since just that first season of her having Bentley. Anything after that, Teen Mom and all of that, I don't think they've ever been. If that I can remember, and I've been watching it since the beginning. I don't think they've ever been on it.
Wow.
So
that shows a lot.
It definitely says a lot.
So shout out to Ryan's parents.
Shout out to Ryan's parents. They're so sweet. Just all 4 of them had some stuff going on. Gary, you gotta stop calling Amber.
Stop calling Amber. Stop calling Amber and stop upsetting Christina. Leave Christina alone. If you don't want to be with her, move on. Because what you don't want is another Amber Gary situation.
Exactly.
All right. Exactly. Leah is growing up. She's listening and picking up on things. Do what you got to do as a dad.
Exactly.
All right.
And
just stuff to order, Gary.
This week also, Tyler and Caitlyn go visit with Carly and her adopted parents.
Oh,
And
Erica, wait a minute. When Tyler first started talking, did you think the interview was over?
I definitely thought it was over.
Okay.
Tyler, and I like Tyler. I think he just has to get a grip on life a little bit. I don't know if it's, maybe he just hasn't matured enough, but
well, he's angry.
Maybe angry. That's what it is. Maybe it's the anger, because I sometimes feel like he's not realistic about the adoption. And although Caitlyn and Tyler are entitled to their feelings because they did have to get their child up and all that other stuff, but at the same time, when you sign the dotted lines, you're signing over the rights of your child to another family. And so if they request that you don't put something on Facebook or Instagram or social media, whatever the case may be, then I feel like you should respect that. And I know it's hard and it sucks, and you can feel some type of way about it, but I don't think you should make it a big deal, and it's just not fair. And I don't think that they would do that. I don't think Brandon and Teresa would do that to Caitlyn and Tyler. You guys have to compromise, especially if it means turning them off, because you don't want them to revoke your rights to see Carly. So and sometimes you have to tread lightly.
I like Brandon and Teresa's approach to this whole adoption thing.
They're very sweet. They're so sweet.
They were really, really sweet. I do respect the fact they want to keep Carly's face off the camera, even though I think she looks just like her mom.
I think she looks a little like Caitlyn too. I really wish they would have just got a little quick profile view, but she did look adorable. Her little bows in her hair, she's adorable.
And just the pictures, my little heart was warm during that scene. So,
and when they gave all of Carly's old toys to Caitlyn and Tyler for their new baby girl, Brandon and Teresa, priceless. Yeah, that was the best gift. That was a really nice gift.
It was really touching.
I would have never thought of that. So kudos to them. And man, did they end the episode right? Because Farrah Abraham is back.
Okay, and she let the world know that she is back. It took a producer, a co-producer,
executive producer, makeup artist,
to get her behind to cooperate, and she still struggled.
And this was just them coming. Like, I don't even think they officially, I think it was the gathering to start filming, and they just never got that far because she was popping off. I don't even know, what was the issue?
Well, my thing is, you wanted this. You wanted to come back.
Yeah.
You fought for your right to come back because you were the fourth member of the original Teen Mom crew. But now that you're back,
it's the issue.
You're angry with everyone.
I didn't get that.
Her mom is still a little
she look a little good though. She had the straight hair going on.
The whole family is psycho.
They all look psycho.
Okay.
I hate when she calls her dad Michael.
Michael psycho, the mom psycho, and Farrah. The only little baby.
I can't even think of her name. I'm looking at her face right now.
Yeah, but she's so precious. She's Sophia. Sophia is going up to be a beautiful young lady.
She really looks like her dad. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
she really looks like her
And when
dad.
she came and hugged Farrah at the end, it was really nice. Yeah.
So
I feel like Sophia takes care of Farrah.
She might. I really think she might.
Knows who's the adult. You can tell who's the adult and the child in that situation.
I just hope they just, like we said with Gary and Amber and Christina, Sophia's getting old where she can pick up on stuff. And so I think this season, and maybe even the season before this, but it's really detrimental for these parents and these teen moms to watch what they do and what they're saying around their kids because they're picking it up.
And I'm curious to see how the reunion's going to go because I've seen a behind the scenes interview with all the ladies, and Farrah could not sit with the rest of the Teen Mom girls
because they didn't want to be around her.
Because they didn't like, especially Caitlyn. Caitlyn does not really like Farrah. It has blasted Farrah through social media, and vice versa. So they cannot be in the same room together. I'm curious to see. Well, actually, the girls kind of voted for Farrah not to be on.
Yeah, I definitely know it's 3 against 1.
So we're going to see how the reunion goes when it gets there, but it should be interesting.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Fake. I
think every scene was pretty fake.
Every scene was scripted.
Every scene is pretty much scripted in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
And I don't know, I mean, some seasons you can pick up when stuff is scripted, but I just feel like this one, right off the bank, was like, scripted and planned everything. It just was so not organic at all.
Especially with Stevie J and his daughter's mom, Mimi. Their relationship is everything seems staged. Everything seems staged. And I'm curious to see this new girl, Nico the Frico's wife.
Frico's wife.
I don't know where she came from, but I want her to go back.
She in Atlanta now.
I don't want her to be an addition to the cast. I'm not feeling her. I'm not feeling the relationship. That seems fake to me. I don't believe that is really his wife. I don't know. I just feel like they picked her up from somewhere. Like she just popped out of the blue. Now she wants to share her story.
Yeah, I think it's definitely his wife, but she knew what it was.
Oh.
I mean, I don't understand how
you had an open relationship.
Right, but now she want her check. Because now some stuff then came out and is making her look a little bad, so she wants her side of the story. I don't blame her, but I mean, it's all about convenience.
Do you think it was really an open relationship?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
You think so?
I think so. She looks a little weird. No offense.
And we have a new cast member from Miami, and she's
Miss Dime Piece.
Miss Dime Piece is here to take down Miss Jocelyn.
Yes.
I feel like she has it out for her, and wait till Miss Jocelyn returns from wherever you are, sweetie. We're waiting.
Come on back, girl.
But you better beware from Miss Dime Piece because she's coming for you.
Mm-hmm. What's her real name? I kept saying it last week. I'm gonna learn it in my Puerto Rican accent. Chanelica Beneco. So I'm gonna get my Puerto Rican accent together.
We're gonna say it next week,
and we're gonna say it next week. So we're gonna roll into Tuesday. I think the only thing right now at least that I'm watching on Tuesdays is Newlyweds.
Newlyweds, Keisha Cole too.
Oh, definitely. Okay, we're gonna jump into that. But Newlyweds was pretty standard. I will say this season has been decent, but we're rolling into the end of their first year of marriage, so I don't know how much more is gonna happen. So I think it's just been a pretty standard season. It was decent. But I will say the last season of Newlyweds was way better than this season. But pretty much in this episode, the only thing I really did enjoy is because a lot of the couples are being married for the second time. So you do see like the blending of the families. So I really did enjoy watching that. Most notably, the couple who's only been dating for 7 months and they're married now, she's pregnant. His mother is a nun.
Okay.
And I think she's somewhere upstate. Like, they live somewhere off in the country. But they went to visit her for Mother's Day. And just seeing her culture there, like, there's not a lot of TV. And they don't eat when they talk. And their garb and everything. It just was really interesting. But you see just not the clashing, but the coming together of different cultures and backgrounds and families. So that was pretty cool and pretty interesting. But other than that, pretty uneventful this week. But season's, I think, wrapping up, so it'll be interesting to see if anything happens. But yes, Keisha Cole was the season finale.
Season finale. This is the episode we've all been waiting for.
Oh, Berman.
No, actually, this is the episode where Elite, Neffy, and Keisha actually reunites.
Wow.
It hashes everything out. Keisha invites Elite and Neffy to California, to her house, and just kind of talk. Keisha was experiencing that she's had a lot of friends in the past few weeks or months who have died early.
Wow.
And she said, I don't want this for me and my family. I want to hash this beef or this feud I have with my sisters. And let's get it over with. And so, Elite and Neffy was a little hesitant, but she flew out, met with her sister. And in this episode, the dinner table, we know that Neffy has been kidnapped as a child.
Wow.
She was raped. She was held hostage. So a lot of that comes out with her relationships, with her people she's dating, and with her family. So they all agreed to seek counseling together.
Wow. So
it was really, really good. Elite really never knew about Neffy's struggle because she came on towards the end of the relationship. Right. So it was really good for them to bond. Neffy has a story to tell. I think Neffy can sometimes be misunderstood. But if we look at her from season 1, well, when we first were introduced to her, to now, she's grown tremendously.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
Shout out to Neffy.
I'm glad they got that together.
For even initiating that, because I was scared that she was going to hold that grudge for a while.
Good. Do you think we'll get another season? It seems like it was a little short to me.
Yeah,
it was only a couple episodes
to talk about.
Okay.
Her album came out. She's not with Gibb anymore. So we'll see.
Well, nice having you on temporarily, Keisha.
Yeah.
We're going to hop into Wednesday. We have to have a moment of silence.
For
you.
What did I do?
Criminal Minds. This girl calls me. I thought I lost her.
I almost lost myself.
I was like, step away from the edge of the ledge. She was ready to jump.
It was almost too late. Because I didn't know. Nobody warned me that everybody was going to die on this episode of Criminal Minds.
We have to have
and this is like my family.
I have a moment of silence, and then Neesha's going to tell us all about it. Moment of silence. Okay, Neesha, please tell us what happened on Criminal Minds.
Everybody died, basically. And it took me for a whirlwind, but it wasn't really true. It's actually a dream that Hodge was experiencing. He came in contact with a criminal who was able to tap into your dreams and kind of hypnotize you through the smell. Really weird. But anyway, Hodge went to go try to kill the guy. But he ended up getting him hostage. Everybody came to rescue him, and he just shot Spencer, Morgan, Rossi. And as he's shooting, I'm like, I'm panicking because I'm like, is this the season finale? Like, what happens after this? These are all our main characters. And then Hodge wakes up, and I'm like, don't you ever do that to me again, Hodge.
She almost lost it, for real.
Like, really. So, we don't know what's going to happen next. Hodge is still experiencing some symptoms of
being hypnotized.
Yeah, being hypnotized. So, we'll see what happens next episode.
Please don't. Writers, producers.
Don't
ever do that to my friend again because she almost lost
This is the second time they did this to me.
I can't do that. So we're going to hop into Thursday. Oh my gosh.
Scandal.
So you guys know, before Scandal, you guys know I've been binge watching Grey's Anatomy. I'm only on season 4 of 11 seasons. And I'm not even going to talk about it long, but if you watched it, comment, let us know your thoughts. I heard Derek is like near death experience
Somebody died.
Right now. Somebody died, and apparently it's a main character.
A main character died.
I don't know how I'm going to catch up, but
I want to start watching.
It's like coming quickly. Like, it's a lot happening. So, I did shout out to all the Grey's Anatomy watchers. We heard it was very, very good.
You kept us updated through social media.
Yes, definitely did. But Scandal, man,
was it good?
I mean, Scandal was good.
Did it take you on an emotional roller coaster like it did for me?
I was frustrated,
upset. I was really frustrated at Olivia.
She should have known.
I mean, you are the CEO of the White Coat.
You're the fixer.
You are the fixer. And you could not fix this problem that was happening. You did not know that your father's B613
little minion
is sitting right under your nose.
Trying to kill Jake. Your man, well, half of your mans, because I still don't know if she's with Jake or I guess she's with no one, but still.
She doesn't know. But
it was a close call.
It kind of made me upset because Hulk didn't know either. And I'm like, this is him, guys.
This is your job, Hulk. How do you always pick up on stuff like
How do you know who's telling all this stuff? I mean, I was really excited towards the end when she kind of got on top of him. Done. I was like, that's my girl.
That's when I was most angry, though, because I saw her coming in her little lingerie and started kissing. I was like, Olivia,
right?
You got this man in your house. You got your little sexy stuff on, and you are totally lost.
Done.
But then the Olivia Pope snapped in, and she pulled that gun on.
Gladiator.
Thank you, Olivia. You took us for a heart attack. I was so upset on the edge of my seat, but I'm glad they brought it home.
And let me tell you something. Stop playing with Papa Pope. Let's I'm down with Olivia.
Somebody has to learn.
Well, let's just end this because I mean people are dying.
I don't know, but it's like an ongoing feud. Who's gonna win? I don't know. So I'm excited about next week. Is
it coming on next week?
No, you're right. Shonda has us waiting two more weeks. or the network has us waiting 2 more weeks. So these will be a long 2 weeks, but hopefully some of our other shows, we got some season finale coming up that'll keep us, on edge until it comes on in May, or comes back on. American Crime was really, really good. It was very controversial, and a lot of what's going on in today's world. They're really, really tying it in with these marches and these, these killings and these protests and brutality. It was really, really good. And I like they're taking an angle of just how the justice system will play other criminals, or criminals is a strong word, but other people locked up against each other. And I'll kind of just tell you the backstory really, really briefly. There's a guy, I'm looking at his face, but the young Mexican boy who's locked up, he loaned the car to another Mexican who is riding on Carter. And Carter is supposedly up for murder for murdering a white guy. The young boy had nothing to do with it. All he did was he was lending his car, but he had no idea why. So in order for the young boy to get out of jail, now the cops are like, well, they've talked to the father, and the father's talking to him, and they're kind of like, well, why don't you just say you saw Carter kill the white guy, or why don't you say you knew?
Isn't the other guy in a gang?
Yeah. But he's off. He's already got his plea deal. He got his deal. He's gonna be in protective custody. He's good. But now this young boy still is tied up in the mess. He's not tied up in the murder, but he's just tied up in some small crime, petty type crime. And now they're trying to get him to somehow say, like, oh, I saw Carter shoot the white guy, or I knew he sold drugs and had the gun. Like, they're just playing people off each other to get ultimately to make Carter guilty, because it seems like they don't have enough evidence, really. So
interesting.
It was interesting. They've had some protests. They got violent. So the cop at the end of the episode, you see I forget what happens if someone throws something at the cops, and then everyone clashes. And it actually, which was very interesting, looked like a scene from the Selma March. Like Bloody Sunday, and like you see horses and people getting beat. So it was really, really historical. Really, really historical. So interesting. It does end though. Carter is offered a plea deal where he can get 25 years to life with the chance of parole after serving half his time, or it would be the death penalty. If he doesn't take the plea deal and he's found guilty, he'll get the death penalty. So if you didn't watch this American Crime, leave your comments. What do you think? I don't, since they don't have enough evidence, I kind of don't want him to take the plea deal, because they don't have enough evidence to convict him. But there's so much publicity going on around the case that, I don't know if the people who will be on the jury are going to be swayed by what's going on in the community, where they might.
Maybe I should start back watching American
You
Crime.
Actually would like it as a poli-sci major. I think you would really like it. Sorry, toss that out there. So yeah, let us know what you think. Lip sync battle was hilarious this week.
I have to watch it.
It was Terry Crews and Mike Tyson.
Oh my goodness!
Mike Tyson cut a fool. His first performance was funny. He did Satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction. And he had these tight
was his lips
on.
like really strong with?
Well, no, it was lip singing. Okay. So he did sing the words to that, and he danced. But then his second song was "Push It" by Salt and Pepper, and he got out there. He's lip synced the first couple words, and then I think he kind of was like, "Man, bump it," and he just danced the whole time, like just getting it, like push it, like he went ham. Mike Tyson was.
I have to watch it.
Hilarious.
I have to watch it. Lip sync battle is also coming to BET.
Yeah,
I believe it's at 11 o'clock.
Okay,
so right before Wendy Williams. So.
Shout out to BET picking that up. And Terry Crews, I forgot his first song was a rap song. It was like an old school rap song. And then his second song was "Making My Way Downtown." Oh, he had these ribbon streamers, and he was on this ballet.
Oh my goodness, I'm watching it.
Hilarious. Watching it like. It's actually on YouTube too, Lip Sync Battle, but it comes on Spike TV, like we've mentioned before. Okay, it was hilarious. You guys got to check it out. And then Mary, what did you think of this week's episode?
Okay, first of all, we won it. Tina Campbell released the song, and it was amazing. Erica,
amazing.
I was caught in my living room like. Yes, Tina. Yes, this is what we waiting for.
We have been waiting for it.
I mean, the world has been waiting. It's a beautiful song, and I'm glad she's able to finally tell her testimony through music.
It was really, really good. You guys check it out. I think, does it come out next week officially?
It comes out in 2 weeks. I think it comes out the 9th.
Okay, I know her book and her single are dropping around the same time.
Early May. Look out for it.
So look out for it. It's called Destiny. Really, really powerful song.
I want to kind of download it. But in this episode, Honey was brought on tour with them. Well, to a stop show.
Their final Mary concert.
Final Mary concert. And Honey was not having it. Neither was Google. They did not want to see Mary go away. One of Google's concerns, which is also one of my concerns, is that this music industry will put Tina and Erica against each other. We've seen some things like that with the Braxtons. They're constantly being compared to one another. But with Mary and but Tina and Erica, they both have really strong voices and really different personalities. So it's going to be interesting to see. I know you said you battle with which side.
I never know whose side to be on because sometimes, I side with Tina and sometimes I side with Erica. And I do think this week I did side with Erica. Although I was behind Tina because I thought her song was great. I thought she should be able to debut it at their last concert. I do also feel like Erica kind of got lost in the translation of everything. And she felt some type of way because she was like, okay, well, what about me? Hello, I'm here. And that was a little sad. But, Erica has had this spotlight, too, for a while. So I think it's time,
really successful with it.
It was nothing for her to debut her song. It wasn't like she was like, okay, let's just scratch all the Mary songs and I just want to sing whatever I want to sing. So they both got a chance to do their own solo music and still do the Mary stuff.
And like Erica said, it's really important that Tina gets to tell her testimony.
I think so too.
Because she's actually been through a whole lot. And a lot of women kind of go through or can relate, and they never have the platform to actually tell. Because who wants to just shout on the mountaintop that I forgave my husband for cheating on me for years?
A way of healing too. Even though she's been through counseling, they are definitely in a better place. It's nothing to continue to heal those old wounds. And so if doing through music and writing will help, then I support it. I really do.
Well, yeah.
So, I think, is next week the season finale?
I don't know, but I don't want to see Mary go away. But I'm excited about their separate ventures.
They might come back.
They're going to come back. I'm excited for a Tina Erica Campbell tour.
That would be nice. Yeah, that would actually be nice. Yeah, I would definitely go. I would definitely go. Yeah. Somebody, if y'all do that, we want our 10%. If y'all go on tour. And then Bring It. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch Bring It. I did not watch Bring It, but
you have to watch the recording and let us know how.
Yeah, I would definitely let it know.
Okay, and then.
But I did watch on Friday the Bruce Jenner interview. I said I was gonna make sure we watch it so we can tell you all about it. So okay, I'll start.
Yeah.
I struggled with this because I actually watched the Keeping Up with Kardashians, and Bruce has always came off to me as the manly man or the father figure. A lot of things happened. I'm so happy that I was a little emotional. I'm happy that he was able to come out, and I'm happy that Bruce is now comfortable with himself.
That is a good.
Which is the main thing, that he's able to tell the world this. I am concerned about him having a surgery at this point.
Yeah, because at this point he's 65.
65, and so going under intense surgery.
That's a lot.
And we seen with Kanye's mom when she was the older woman going through surgery like that, and didn't end too well. But I am excited. One of the things that stuck out to me was Chloe's.
She's not on board.
Not on board. Well, she didn't support of the relationship, and it wasn't surprising because in the past we know that Chloe has took the loss of their father, Robert Kardashian, really hard as a child. So I feel like she thought Bruce was that dad. Bruce was that guy for her, and another guy let her down, just like Lamar let her down, just like her brother Rob let her down. So she's constantly getting faced with that. And Chloe's a really strong woman, and she's really protective. So I could see how she's been taking that kind of pretty. I love it too.
Yeah, I think it was very interesting I didn't really know what to expect. Um, I can see it's very tough for him to discuss because right off break in the beginning, he was crying. And so I think this is, a little more than just a show for him. And I can't comprehend it. It's very hard for me to understand. So I can only imagine how it is for him to even live it. And so I didn't really know what to expect from the interview, but it was very eye-opening for his situation. But the fact that there are thousands of others in this country alone who struggle with these same things and are going through these changes and these transgender transitions and surgeries and hormones. And so I think it was just eye-opening for me because it's not something that's on Front Street. So, at the end of the day, these are people, and they deserve support.
Erica, is that this has been a secret for so long. Now, cameras have been following the Kardashian clan
for years,
the Jenner clan for years, and nobody has known that outside of the family that this is what Bruce was going through. I mean, he did say that a couple people caught him dressed up as a woman with trying on girl clothes. But nobody has said anything. I mean, we see them everywhere, but nobody has picked up on this until now.
Right.
But everybody knows. So, it's a little interesting. I do think part of it is he has a platform. I don't know if he's using the platform to the best. Just a lot of people think it's a publicity thing just because he has someone following him and recording it, and I'm pretty sure it'll be publicized on TV. Bruce, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you came out. I'm happy that you're comfortable with who you are now. You don't have to do that struggling.
Yeah, and I think that's the most important thing.
Important thing.
I don't think it should ever be a judgmental situation. And I know for people who are may not comfortable with it or are, more conservative, whatever the case may be, you can't understand it. So if you don't understand it, that's fine, but you can at least support what it comes down to the core of, which is he's finally being who he wants to be and not having to live 65 years old. That's a lot of life lived, not being who you really want to be or what makes you happy. So,
and one more thing. I didn't know, but I'd heard of Bruce Jenner as being the man, but Bruce Jenner was the man back in the day. I mean, it's clearly a generational divide between who knows Bruce Jenner. We know Bruce Jenner as the Kardashian dad, stepdad, but our parents and grandparents know him as the Olympic hero who, for the whole world. So, yeah.
That was, a lot of the backstory was excellent. What was really, really good. So, it was an interesting interview. You guys, if you haven't watched it, check it out. If you did watch it, let us know your thoughts. It was definitely interesting. And so, speaking of specials, so that was our week shows. But coming up, another interesting story that they've been kind of previewing is 2020's new episode that comes on this coming Tuesday, the 28th. Capture or Captive. But it's about the young women who were in upstate somewhere in Connecticut area, Ohio. Sorry, Cleveland. That's Midwest. Cleveland. You're right. Ohio. In the Midwest, and about them being kidnapped and held captive for 10 plus years. And I mean, I feel like it just happened yesterday, so I'm really excited to watch it on Tuesday. Set your DVRs. It comes on at 10 o'clock, and they're going to give their whole story. And
it's also a movie coming out on Lifetime. But this story is really important because I remember the day that it was released, and I was baffled of how someone can actually kidnap someone for that long, and no one knows.
No one knows. I mean, like people living, and they're not held underground somewhere across the country. Like they were in Cleveland in a very active neighborhood, neighbors next door, people dropping off mail. Like how does someone miss that for 10 years?
This is gonna be interesting. I'm excited. So on Tuesday, make sure you set your DVRs for Captive, I believe.
Yes.
And also look out. We'll be able to tell you the date for the Lifetime movie.
Yes. So they haven't released the date yet, but they are giving some previews, so we're definitely looking out for that.
Yeah.
I watch Marriage Boot Camp. That's coming back next month. Kendra will be on there, who used to be a Playboy. You know, her husband. And that ties into the Bruce Jenner thing because I know he had sex with the. And I don't know the title, so please forgive me if I get it wrong. But I think she or he was a transsexual. Mm-hmm. He claims he didn't know, but apparently he did, and so I think they're still trying to fix their marriage. Tammy from Basketball Wives is on there with her boyfriend, I think. Mm-hmm. And then Aubrey from Danny Buchanan is on there. And I'm not sure if this is her husband or fiance.
And what is this?
Marriage Boot Camp. Okay. So that comes in next month. It's interesting.
The Prancing Elites. So
this is a new show on Oxygen, and I believe it premiered this week. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it, but if anyone else did catch the season premiere, Nisha, catch it on your DVR. And we'll talk about it next week. It's a very interesting concept. It's about some male dancers in Alabama, in the South of the South, where, you know, segregation was very, very huge. And let's not even try to tackle homosexuality, you know, in the South. And they are like band dancers, like, you know, if anyone's gone to college, but like your typical majorette dancers. Full face makeup. Some of them have hair, some don't, and all they want to do is dance.
Like they look just like women, so
and they have the outfits really and everything. Confused. So they're, you know, it's like half of the. Well, I don't even say half. Some of the town supports them, but a lot of the town does not. And like they will tell you, we don't care about anything. Just let us dance. So I'm gonna watch it. Interesting show. So
I'm gonna watch it. So I'll be back next week to let you know how it went and what I think about it.
And I think that's it for any of our specials or seasons coming up. So it was great talking to you guys this week. Leave your comments, subscribe, let us know what you thought. And we will talk to you all next Friday.
And if you have any shows that you want us to watch, please let us know.
So we can chime in.
Add to our DVR.
Yes. So we will catch you next week. I'm
Neesh.